Okay guys, so today we're going to make some communion bread because the last couple of weeks when we've been having church in the living room, we've been having kind of random stuff for communion bread, haven't we? We had some crackers, we had some muffins, we had some, I don't know, leftover bread from the night before. I thought it'd be fun to have some good communion bread. So we're going to make the recipe that Daddy and I learned when we were at Luther Seminary a long time ago that they used to use in their chapel there. And it has a lot of ingredients that are more similar to what Jesus would have had a long time ago, but not exactly. Okay, so we're going to start with the flour here. We've got two kinds of flour. Torin, can you get the whole wheat flour? That's that one. Yep, the darker one. And can you scoop out 2 cups of it into the sifter because we're going to sift the dry ingredients together. The recipe actually calls for us to for us to sift it 3 times. We wouldn't necessarily have to do it 3 times, but 3 is an important number in the Bible. Okay, and now get another one. Go ahead and scoop one more. And then we'll have Liam do the regular flour. We'll do 1 cup of that. Level it up. So probably back in Jesus' day they would have had whole wheat flour that was even darker and rougher than this. Start to shake it through a little bit to make room for the other stuff. All right, Liam, here's the measuring cup. Torin, can you put the lid on this, please, and hand us the other flour?
Because I'm near some of the dry ingredients.
That's right. All right, so Liam, 1 cup of this white flour. You could, I guess, do it with all whole wheat flour. That would be more authentic. Go ahead, can you make it go in? But this will be a little bit lighter and tastier with the white flour. Okay, we'll shake it through a little bit more. And now on top we're going to put the salt and the baking powder, 1 1/4 teaspoons of each. Oops. So before we finish sifting it, let's get those things in, okay? So it says 1 1/4 teaspoons. Here's the 1, and here's the 1/4. Okay, Liam, can you scoop out the baking powder? And we'll have Torin put in the salt. Remember how to get it level? Turn this around so you can see. Just put it right on top there. Okay, and now the 1 teaspoon, which is the second biggest one in this set.
Mom, what is this made out of?
Cardboard.
No, I meant the thing that's inside it.
Salt. Salt comes straight from the earth. So guys, the baking powder that Liam just added is leavening. It's what makes it rise. Can you hold this spoon and I'll pour it? I'm going to put it in there. And if we were doing Passover bread, then it wouldn't have anything to make it rise. Do you remember we made some Passover bread before and it was just flat like a cracker? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so some people say, oh, maybe communion bread should be unleavened bread. It should be flat like a cracker. But then other people say, you know what? Jesus rose from the dead. So maybe our bread should rise too. And that's okay. And you know what? God just cares that we are thinking about him. So I'm just going to shake this like this to get it to sift through. And that's going to mix it all together and make it fluffier. Hop up and down a little bit. Keep it in the pan, in the bowl. Yep, and it's okay if some of it goes overboard without getting sifted. It won't be the end of the world.
Yeah, because anyways, there was a bit extra. Don't do all of it.
Okay, let's let Torin try it.
I am the bread of life. You who come to me shall not hunger.
Good, and so now we're actually going to sift it again. So let's just pour it into here and then re-sift it back into the bowl. We'll do 2 times, I think.
So So,
You didn't sift it at all.
And
It
who
probably turned out okay.
believe in me shall
so Liam.
not thirst.
You sift
No
that
one
much.
can come to me unless the Father beckons,
Strainer.
and I will raise you up, and I will raise you up, and I will raise you up on the last
You ready for Tori?
day.
I get to do the rest.
You do it for a bit and then I'll finish it. Tilt it towards you a little bit while you're hopping it so it doesn't fall out the back. Good. All right, and we don't have to dump anything out. You can use it all. Okay, so the next thing, guys, is it says to add 4 teaspoons of oil to this and mix it together. Liam, do you remember how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon?
4.
3. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon. And the reason that that's also good to do is it'll get our tablespoon nice and slick and oily, because then we're going to measure some sticky stuff in it in a minute. Okay, so this will be 1, 2, 3 teaspoons. And then we'll do one more. 1, 2, 3 teaspoons. And then one by itself. There we go.
So 4 teaspoons.
4 teaspoons of oil. 1 teaspoon for each of the loaves we're making. All right, let's cover it up there. Then can you stir, please?
But should it look like?
It's just, we just don't want any big lumps. I really don't know why we stir the oil into the flour first. It's not how I usually make my recipes, but. All right, Torin, we're gonna get started on the wet ingredients. We're gonna put them into here. So the first ingredient is some hot water, so be careful. Be careful. There you go. Okay, it was 3/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons, so in between 3/4 of a cup and a cup. The next is 3 tablespoons of molasses. You want to smell?
I want to smell.
Has a strong, sweet smell. All right, we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of this. 1, 2, and Torin, I'll give you a whisk to stir it in a second. 3. Set that right there. Here you go, Torin.
I smelled that too.
Did it smell like anything?
No.
Now we're going to put in 3 tablespoons of honey. They used a lot of honey in the Bible. I don't know that they would have had molasses, but it tastes good to us. 1, 2, 3.
I think we're done stirring here.
Okay.
What color should it be?
It should just not have any lumps in it. It'll all be the same. That's all the ingredients, guys. We got the salt and the baking powder, the honey, the oil, the molasses, the 2 flours, and the water. So just make sure there's no big lumps in here. Looks good. Okay, we're ready to combine them together. Here we go. Do you know why the water was hot? It made the honey all melty, so it'll be easier to mix in. All right, we've got the oven preheating. Liam, could you please get out cookie sheet?
Sure.
The oven's preheating to 350 degrees. And we're just mixing this together. And mix a little bit. I think I'm going to wash my hands and then use my hands to finish mixing it.
Hey, this won't float.
Maybe something fell back behind.
Yeah, and I did hear it click.
Yep, it did.
I heard that.
All right. And it says you don't have to knead it, it's just mix it together, but it's kind of hard to mix at the end because it's a stiff dough. You could do it in a mixer or something, but I'm just gonna finish it with a clean hand.
I bet the one that isn't sticking is watching.
Yeah, it is. We gotta get them in there. No watching. You guys are all gonna get baked. Does anybody else want to try this?
Me?
Yeah? Are your hands clean?
No.
Oh, you gotta wash them.
Actually, they are clean.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah, it sticks to you, huh? Liam, do you want to try it? And see what it feels like?
Sure.
Okay. Tori, put it down. Don't make it go on the floor, okay?
Yeah.
Keep it on the counter. Pretty good. Let's just get that last bit in there. So I'm going to keep touching it to the dry stuff and then smushing the dry stuff in. Touch a sticky part to the bowl where the dry stuff is. Yes, push and turn, push, turn. Okay, I think we got it all in. So now we're going to divide it into 4 pieces, about the same size as each other. If we were on the Great British Baking Show, how would we divide it into 4 equal pieces?
Weigh it.
Weigh it, you're right. We're not going to weigh it today. We'll just eyeball it. Does that look like half? Okay, does that look like half? Okay. Okay, we need to make each one into a ball and then onto a flat disc. So first kind of round the corners into a ball and then find a place on the pan and smush it out into a flat disc. It's supposed to be about 1/4 inch thick. We could use a rolling pin if we wanted to. A circle.
Like a pizza.
Here, Liam, let's make some more room. Like a pizza, that's right. Torin, you start rounding that one. Make a ball first. Liam, let's move yours over here. We're just going to push with the flat parts of our hands like that. And then round the edges under a little bit. And push it down again. Okay. Alright, just gonna move it over a little bit. And it didn't say we need to grease the pan. We could if you wanted to make sure it's not going to stick, so maybe I will. Lift them up real quick and grease the pan. Alright, looks like about 1/4 inch on all of them. Really good. So it's kind of flat like a pita, but it's not going to have a little flatter.
Mom,
It's not
could
gonna have
our
a pocket.
kids eat the dirty things when we're done?
Yeah, there's no eggs in it, so it's safe to eat. Okay. Just gonna put a little oil on the pan. Just to be on the safe side. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna score the circles, and that means marking some lines into them. If we were making this for a whole congregation, then one reason to score it would be to help separate it for all of the different congregants, because you could have little tiny bits of this bread and have one circle serve 40 people. Everybody gets just a taste. But guess what? We're having church at home. How much do you think you're gonna get?
A whole loaf.
No, we'll do one loaf per week, and the others can be in the freezer, ready for the following week, so we don't have to do this every week. So we will separate it into fourths, and we'll do it like a cross, okay? So we're going to use this. We'll go like that.
So they're easy to break apart.
Exactly, yep. We could make a little design if we wanted to do anything else. I don't know how much it'll show at the end. Make it like a little Celtic cross.
Actually, that's a Jerusalem cross.
Jerusalem cross, thank you. I'll just leave one of them plain. All right, so it's ready to go into the oven. We're gonna bake it at 350 for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna brush some oil on it and bake it for about another 5 or 8 minutes, okay? Then it'll be done.
Okay.
So here it goes. Okay guys, it's been 10 minutes and the timer just rang, so we're gonna take it out and brush it with oil. Make sure not to touch the hot pan. Torin, could you carefully brush this olive oil onto 2 of them, and Liam will brush 2 of them. I'm just gonna set this here so you don't burn yourself by accident. This will help to keep it moist. Okay, get some more oil on there.
I think that's good.
All right, thank you. Can you hand the brush to Liam, please? Liam, can you reach? Good guys, thank you. Back in the oven for 5 to 8 more minutes. All right, listen for the beep. You can go play while we're waiting. Okay, well the timer's gone off. It's been 18 minutes that it's been in. Color doesn't change much, but if you feel it, you can feel it's baked through. And we're ready to cool it, and we'll pop it in the freezer in a Ziploc bag and be ready for the next month for communion.